Yeah, so I think I'll probably refer here to a study which came out last year by someone called Peter Andre, not to be confused with the singer Peter Andre. But this guy, Peter Andre, led an international study where they looked at where the public are at on this issue of climate change. And I guess the top level summary, top level message is that people care a lot more than other people realize that they care about climate change. So this was a study which looked at did a questionnaire survey with people from something like 130 countries, 125,000 people, so really big survey. And in the survey, they asked people, would you be willing to give up 1% of your income to help to tackle climate change? And then they asked, what do you think other people would be willing to do? And 44% of people thought others would be willing to give up 1% of their income to tackle climate change. But when asked, 69% of people were, in fact, stated they would be willing to do that. So there's this 25% gap in terms of perceptions of how much other people care and what people actually do feel about this. And so that's one of the big challenges for me in terms of the kind of the disconnect between climate knowledge and action is the lack of appreciation of how much people actually want more climate action. And there's some work done, for example, by Becky Willis, so she was at University of Lancaster, where they also did these equivalent interviews in the UK, equivalent survey in the UK with members of parliament. And found similar things, that there was a big gap between how much members of parliament thought their citizens cared and what they did, how much they did actually care. And so this for me is a kind of big gap. From the academic world, it's something that's referred to as being as pluralistic ignorance of the lack of appreciation of how much other people care. And for me, that's a key challenge, which is holding back more action on climate change, particularly if our elected officials don't appreciate how much the public care, then that can be a barrier to more ambitious policy action.